Hello kids. Um, Today we'll be learning about polar bear as 27th of February. We have Polar Bear Day. So let's learn about them. So it is all about polar bear. So would you can like to have an adventure all about polar bears. So of course it will help us to warm up, isn't it, to learn about them. So let's go. What is polar bear? Polar bear is a type of mammals. You know that this is the look of the polar bear, and it is the biggest type of bear in the world. Full-grown bear can measure 3 meters long, and that's very big. A male polar bear is called the boar, and a female called saw. Babies called cubs. So, did you know that group of polar bear can be called a pack or a celebration? So, which you think is good or best? Where do the polar bear lives? That is a question, isn't it? So most polar bear lives in Arctic Circle. And this is the Arctic Circle. You can see. Arctic Circle is near North Pole. And the weather is very cold in the Arctic, with lots of snow and ice. Polar bear can be found in the part of Canada, Russia, America, Greenland, and Norway. It is so cold in the Arctic, some parts of the sea freezes, and polar bear spends lots of time on the sea ice looking for food. What do polar bear look like? You can see this is a lovely looking, isn't it? It has thick fur, legs, ears, eyes, nose. Now, a polar bear has thick fur to help them to keep warm. This fur is also waterproof. Polar bear has large paw to help them to swim and walk in deep snow. Polar bear have sharp claws to help them grip in slippery ice. Polar bear mostly eat meat, so they need sharp teeth. And polar bear are predators, which means they hunt for their food. Polar bear usually eat shells but will sometimes eat bigger animals such as walruses or whales. Polar bears are better at catching shells or ice. This is because shells are faster swimmer and can get away quicker in the water. Where they live, that is important, isn't it? In winter, a mother polar bear digs a home in the snow using her sharp claws. That is called den. You can see that is the den. Cubs are born inside the den. And the mother polar bear and her cubs keep warm inside the den until the weather warm up in spring. Look up your polar bear cub. He's coming out of den. So cute, isn't it? Now, this is the big polar bear you can see. Oh my God, these polar bears are playing, isn't it? So many polar bears. So cute cub, you can see. They're swimming. So really it is adventurous to know about them, isn't it? Hope you enjoy this learning, and we will learn something else next week. This is the polar bear. So kids, hope you enjoy this learning, and we will come with something special next week. Bye for today.